Okay, so when you open the app, this is essentially what you'll see. I've got the screen optimized for a tablet, so that's what I'll click on here. Uh, Obviously, in the future, it would be nice if it detected it automatically, and it may well do by that stage. Now you can see that there's room here for a volunteer to get 3 lawns worth of information, and the precise lawns that they'll patrol can be set using this options menu. So let's suppose that I put them in a position where they can see lawn 11, lawn 9 and lawn 5, and that their name is not John Stokes but it's Fred Smith. Then when we update that, we've got these new lawn numbers. Now the other thing is these codes. These codes are for each test match, and they basically show Australia versus New Zealand or United States versus England, and then doubles or singles, and then the matchups and the game number. So every game, every individual game within the MacRob has this sort of little code. I'll just leave them as they are for the time being, but as you can imagine, you can change them in the options here. Now, this is all stuff that I'll more than likely do in the clubhouse with the volunteer. I'll just say, I want you to do this game, this lawn, and so on. So what they'll do is when they get to the lawn, they click on the lawn of choice, and you can see that they can see which lawn it is because there's a big number 5 on here. Similarly, there'd be a big number 9 on the 9 lawn and a big number 11 on the 11 lawn. And essentially, they've got 2 jobs. One is to change the score, which they do with this dialogue here. And of course, it understands AC speak, so it knows that after you've made 1 back, 2 back, 3 back, penultimate rover, you might well find yourself in the box. And it also knows that one of these balls is likely to be the striker ball at any given instance. Now, sometimes there isn't a striker ball because the player's deciding what to play, but particularly if a player's on a break, you might want to illustrate that they are the striker. And that becomes quite a useful thing for the commentary team to know. So to place a ball, position-wise, you literally just click on the screen where you want the ball to go, and a menu pops up asking you basically which ball do you want to place there. Now you can move this around. There's a sort of invisible circle around this, but as soon as you click one of these buttons, the ball is going to go to where the crosshairs are. So that's the important thing. The ball is always going to go to the crosshair position. So if I place this here and press the red ball, that's where the red ball's gone. Blue ball, black ball, yellow ball. Now, if I want to do some quite fine placement, by and large, that's going to happen around a hoop. There's not really much need to get too pernickety about positioning out in the open field. Sometimes there is, admittedly, but most of the time you're going to be wanting to show precise positions around hoops because that's where a leave has happened or where there's been a breakdown of some sort or a lift might be in question. So to get the fine position around a hoop, you click on this little camera icon, and now that takes you to a magnified view around the hoop. And basically, it's a 2-yard diameter. This circle here is 2 yards around the hoop, and again, you just place the balls in the spot that you want. Now, the scale here is absolutely spot on. The size of these balls is exactly in proportion to the size of the yard squares. To get out of there, just click on that camera icon again. So having precisely placed the balls and got the score and the striker, those are the 3 bits of information that are going to be fantastic for the commentary booth to have. We send that information to the database by clicking on this button here. And we can type some notes. We can say red broke down or something like that. Very short statement, just something, could be yellow on break, just a line to give it a caption of some sort. Um, and that's now sent to the central database. And of course, you can do 3 lawns at a time. So on this lawn, all the balls might be around here. Whoops. And there might be no score in that game yet. If we go back to the previous game, that's the position we left it at. Go up to there. So it's remembered what's on each lawn. The other thing that you might enter is the names of the players, whether they're singles or doubles games. But probably not much need for primaries and secondaries in the MacRob, but it's built in just in case. And again, you can go back to the main page. You can navigate back to the lawns that you were on before. So that's basically it. It's a fairly simple sort of operation. The only other little complication is that sometimes you might want to save the position, save the scores, but not the position. So here I am saving ball positions. That's the default. But if I clicked on this button here and then click on the database, the ball positions are not being sent. So we're only saving the score and the striker. Nothing else is being saved until we go back to save mode. So that's just in case we've got volunteers who don't want to be sitting there fiddling around with the ball positions, but they do want to update the scores. And that's about it. And what we'll do in a minute is do another video where we show how all this information appears in the commentary booth.